Hello everyone and welcome to another tea time with me, Dineo Rasedile. If it is your first time here, welcome to my channel where I share not only acting tips to aspiring actors but also my own personal experiences in the TV and film industry. Today I am going to be chatting about my worst audition ever. I couldn't pick just one. So I went with one in the very beginning of my career, and then the second one is from 2019. So not so long ago. So for tea today, I attempted to make a mug cake. Now I tried this earlier this week with Oreos and it came out beautifully. And then I ran out of Oreos, so I tried it with chocolate Romani creams, and it looks slightly different than the Oreo one. Oh, it's actually not bad. And I'm having Jacob's, which is the strongest coffee that my body can handle. So I'm going to get right into my worst audition ever, and then right after that I'm going to answer a few questions that I opened up the floor for on my social media accounts. So let's rewind to 2014. It's a year after I've completed my performing arts studies. I've been auditioning for a while, a couple of months, and my agent sends me this brief, and it's for a musical. It was for a musical, and you had to prepare. It was going to be done in stages. So the first stage, you had to come dressed, ready to dance, because you were going to start with the dance parts of the audition, learn the choreo, and then you move on to the singing part. So you had to prepare a song and bring the sheet music, because there's a musician who's going to accompany you on the piano. So I prepare, and I get there on the day, and obviously I don't know if you guys have ever seen like theater auditions, or it's like Fame vibes, you know, everybody's there in their dance gear, stretching, sizing each other up, tense, like it's hectic, you know. So fine, I get there, and Gregory Makoma was the director, so he was gonna do the dance section of the audition. I was so excited because I had always wanted to meet this man and wanted to work with this man back in my theater days. So he's there. Listen, I'm ready to do the most. So we start, and it goes pretty well. I mean, yeah, we worked. We were sweating by the time we were done, but I kept up, you know, there in the front line, just catching the choreo like nobody's business. I'm already seeing myself, you know, on the bus, a touring actor, living her dreams. And then we moved on to the singing part. Now I can sing, guys. I'm like, if I were to go to Idols, I'm pretty sure I'd get a golden ticket. Like, I'd get past the first round at least, you know. I wouldn't go to Wooden Mike. I'd get past the first round. But once you start getting very technical, you see, that's where I would get chopped. Do you know what I mean? So even when I prepared, I chose a very simple song. No vocal. Yay, just simple. I sang my song nice and neatly, and then when I was done, the music director says to me, "That was very pretty. Come to the piano." I saw the bus taking the off-ramp, coming back home. So I come and I stand next to him on the piano, and he says to me, "Okay, scales." Guys, I was never ready. He was so patient with me. Do you know when you can tell that they really want you to do well? Because, I mean, the previous round, you were killing it. And they just, they want you to go through to the next round. We do scales. He's like, brum, do 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 do, brum, do 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 do, and it goes, you go higher and higher and higher. I saw flames. Eventually, I'm just like, yeah. He sees me give up, and they're like, okay, you know what? Thanks for coming, guys. Everyone who walked out, everyone who, well, not everyone, but like most of the girls who walked out, they walked out with a time for the next day to come back for the drama part of the audition. And I didn't get one. I didn't get a time. I didn't get a time for the drama part. So, like, it was just like that. It was just done. Guys, I got in my car. Did I not cry? Woo! Guys, I was so devastated. So, the second one that I want to tell you guys about. 2019. By now, guys, I've done like some pretty dope stuff. I've by 2019, what have I done? I'd done Interview Sugar, I'd done Ambitions, I'd done that UK film, I just booked Scandal. Had I booked Scandal already? I booked Scandal in August. I had not booked Scandal yet. But I had done some pretty cool stuff, you know what I mean? Oh, and I had just finished doing Commandos. Yes. Ne? I had just finished doing Commandos. So, I'm fired up. I go to an audition, a totally different one. And as I'm walking out, the casting director calls me. She's like, hey, I just got a brief for something really cool. It's another international series. And I feel like you'd be perfect for one of the roles. Can you tell your agent to send me an email, and then I'll send her the things that I'd like you to prepare, and then you come back on Monday on audition? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? So I call my agent immediately. I get in my car, I phone my agent. I'm like, listen, this is a conversation I've just had. And she's like, cool, let me pop an email right now. Later on that day, the scripts come in. Yay, it's deep, it's hectic. It's like, one of those badass characters that I've always wanted to play. So I get to it, I prepare. The tricky thing was that they said that they're not even sure what they're looking for. Like, they know, but they don't really know. So have fun with it. So I come back on the day for the audition. And walking in, I was pretty confident. I don't know what happened between then and when we started the actual audition. So we sit down, she briefs me about, what they've said ever since they've started the audition process and so on. And so we start. We do the first take, and then she changes it and she says, let's try it a different way. Let's try it like this and that, the other, because I actually don't remember, but something she said threw me off, because I think as the audition process was going, there were so many changes and stuff, you know what I mean? And so it was very difficult to kind of find this character. But we do another take, and we do another take, and we do another take. And I love auditioning at this casting director, because they always just create this beautiful, like atmosphere. They set the scene up for you. They give you all the energy that you need. They like in it, you know what I mean? I always am so excited to audition at that particular casting director's venue. So she was really like, and I mean, I had just finished doing a job that I had booked at that casting director. So she knows I can act. And you could see she really wanted me to do well. But your girl was just not coming to the party. Guys, I don't know how many takes we did. And it was the first time ever that I had done that many takes at that casting director's, place. Now, I'm getting emotional. I'm getting very upset with myself. I'm getting frustrated. I can be pretty hard on myself. I'm better. I'm better now. But I'm starting to feel myself get emotional. And she's like, let's do one more. Let's just do one more. Yo, guys, the energy that they wanted, all the direction she was giving me, I'm trying my utmost to give it to her. And it's just not coming together. Now, there's that and the fact that I'm fighting for these tears that are coming to not come, because how are you just gonna fall apart in the middle of your audition? So when I'm done, she goes, are you happy? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, you don't want to do another take? I'm like, no, it's okay. I just wanted to get out of there. And then I take my things, I go to my car, and I'm just like, what just happened? Just keep going. Just keep going. I've learned that, like, the way I audition now, I don't focus on, oh my gosh, I need to book this job. I need to book this job so bad. I focus on, how can I give the people in the room the best performance possible. I take that as an opportunity to perform and an opportunity to give, to bring this character to life, even if it's just going to be for 5 minutes. And I've noticed that ever since I took that attitude, I book more work. But guys, bad auditions are part of the journey. Bombing out and just, having a horrible take after horrible take after horrible take, to the point where when you walk out, you just want to email that casting director on some, listen, that's not my best. I promise you I can act, but don't do that. Don't be that person. So yeah, I just wanted to share those experiences with you guys, because I've had a few conversations in the past few weeks with some actors who are starting out, and that keeps coming up, where people really just second guess their talent, they second guess their journey because they've been hearing so many no's. And I promise you, those actors that you see on screen every single day, don't assume that they aren't getting rejections and aren't going to tons of auditions in between that work and still getting no's. It's just part of the process and it's part of the journey. And I hope that when you hear these stories, you will learn to keep going. Just take it in your stride and, learn to roll with the punches. Take your lessons and just keep at it. So now I'm just going to get into the Q&A section. I've decided I'm just going to do this after every single tea time. Answer some questions that people send through. So this one says, a lot of people say they have a good a lot of people, this is literally my own handwriting, that should tell you a lot. A lot of people say they have a God-given talent when it comes to acting. What is talent? Sure, and he said deep, guys. Okay, I think what people mean when they say that they have a God-given talent when it comes to acting is, you get those people who, even if they haven't trained or they have not done a lot of, any performance training really, but they just kill it. They naturally just getting into character, performance, having a good rapport with other, with their co-actors, naturally, like raw talent. That's talent that hasn't been harnessed, that hasn't been, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you basically haven't like trained and worked at it. It's just there naturally. But even with that, I still feel to be an excellent actor, regardless of whether you have natural talent, God-given talent, or whatever, you do still have to work at it if you want to have longevity in your career. Do you miss Pen Seed? Oh, guys. Pen Seed Poets is a poetry movement, movement that I was part of many, many years ago in Pretoria. And we did the most. Like, you better ask somebody. We did the absolute most. And yeah, sometimes I do miss it. It's just that now I have a very awkward, very weird, inexplainable, a relationship that I can't explain with poetry and spoken word right now. But yeah, shame. Every now and then I do miss the good old days. When the director yells cut, what happens after? It depends why the director is yelling cut. So if it is mid-scene and they have to yell cut because of some or other technical reason, whichever they'll yell cut, and then whichever department has to sort their life out does that, and then the actors, prepare to do the next take, and then you keep it moving. Or if it's the end of the scene, then the director will yell cut, everyone will celebrate and move on to the next one. Last question for today. Are you married? I'm not sure. I can't remember. So, if you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I see you and I appreciate you. And if you haven't yet, please do click the subscribe button and like the video. And I will see you on the next one.